Today we're going to answer a question that we get all the time, especially since we work with or focus on working with younger athletes. 8 to 14 years old is our main client base. So, how young / how old does my child, my little athlete, have to be in order to start weight training? Okay, there are a few factors involved, and the answer really does come down to this. It depends, all right? Not the best answer that everyone wants to hear because they want a number. And gyms over the time, or weight rooms over time, have established rules or policy to make it easier to say, this is the policy, this is what you have to do. Weight rooms in high school, you have to be a freshman. There's their policy. You can't work out if you're in 8th grade at the high school gym if you're not a freshman or higher, okay? Most business-oriented gyms make it 18. Okay, why? Insurance. So those are arbitrary and policy based on the gym. That's not human body. We've sort of established through protocol, practice, and a little bit of policy, making it easier for parents to understand, said 13 years old. That's an arbitrary number, but why? Because most people have started or are about to hit puberty. That's a real growth factor spurt that helps people gain control of their body, and they're starting to mature. All right? Now, that's why all the answers come down to this. It depends, okay? Is your child / athlete maturing faster? It can be as young as 10, 9, 10, 8 years old nowadays. So if they're hitting their spurt, then it's probably possibly okay based on the previous standard to start. Are they mentally mature enough, meaning can they focus on the task at hand? A lot of times younger kids, we're trying to punish it out of them, but kids' minds wander. That's not a bad thing. That's not ADHD or whatever. That's just them being kids, and they are intrigued by multiple stimuli at one time. So can they focus on your instruction and task at hand, and then the task at hand of the exercise so they don't get hurt? That varies amongst kids, right? Some kids can focus right out the box. Some are all over the place forever. Okay? So, physical maturity, mental maturity, okay? Physical skill set. Do they have the requisite skills necessary to require adding weight training? So what are those? Can they do good push-ups? Can they do good bodyweight squats? Can they control themselves running? Can they control themselves jumping? Can they do the base level bodyweight exercise to a good degree? If not, why would you be adding weight training? If someone can't do a good push-up, why are you adding bench press? Because the bar is going to be all over the place. Potentially, as they come down, they'll drop it on their neck. They're not going to be in control as they're raising it up. Same thing with squats. If they don't have a good barbell or a good bodyweight squat position, although yes, they are a little bit different, it's hard to stay back perfectly on a bodyweight squat. Why add a component that they're not ready for? Just like if you haven't mastered the movement, don't go standing on unstable surfaces. All right? So all of those factors determine, are you old enough? That's variable. Are you mature enough? That's variable. Are you physically in control of your body? That's variable. So they establish a policy that generally says 13 years old is when we start strength training. Your child could have mastered the skills of strength training, meaning the base level movements of hinges, lunges, presses, pulls, rotations, squats, carries, and are capable of being progressed into the strength training. All right? So, physical maturity, mental maturity, physical body control. All of those are huge factors that will allow you to have some sense of leeway of how you can start to think about implementing weight training or adding weights to their strength training. But don't be in a hurry, because foundational type movements are generally good enough for everybody, and we simply get bored of doing the bodyweight stuff and we progress. Sometimes if you're doing 30, 40, 50 push-ups at a time, it does get a little bit monotonous, and so people want to start adding in strength training because they don't want to be counting to 50 reps every time for push-ups, stuff like that. Oh, I got to do 100 reps of squats to feel a burn. Okay, well, that gets a little bit time consuming, so we start adding weight once we get to that point. All right, so let's recap. It's dependent on the individual. Do you have the physical maturity to do it? Do you have the mental maturity to pay attention long enough to focus at the task at hand? Have you developed the requisite body control and foundational strength that precludes wanting or needing to add weight to your workout? If you cover those three bases, you're probably okay and ready to start strength training, adding weight. And having said that, start slow, start small, start safe, start lightweight, progress as needed. All right? That's all I have for today. I'm Spencer Aiken with the Stronger Together Performance Academy. Just like or comment below if you have any questions. We're always here to answer questions. So we're going to start doing the questions that we get asked the most often. So if you want your question asked, just comment below and we'll be sure to get to it. All right, that's all I got. Thank you.